Hello guys, welcome to today's discussion. I will try my best to be as quick as possible. But today we will discuss how to find net present value, internal rate of return, and profitability index. I'll walk you through two problems or two exercises that will be very helpful to you. Now, we have an exercise here that we are required to find which investment alternate, if possible, will you recommend that the company accepts. So the scenario is you are an accountant and the company has two options to invest in these two scenarios. Okay. So as an accountant, you are going to decipher which one will benefit the company. And when we talk about net present value, what it means is if I give out $1 today, okay, and I expect to get that $1 back in a year, how is that $1 worth today? Okay, because if I give you $1 today and you promise to give me by next year, if you give me next year, when you give me next year, it's not going to be as valuable as it is today, because we know money depreciates as time goes by. Okay, the value, money loses value in this modern economy, and it has always been. So let's move on to the problem we have here. So the company have project A, project B. Those are the two options that the company has to invest in. Now, you pay attention in project A, the company has an option. The only option is to buy equipment. Project B, the company is putting money into working capital. They are not buying any equipment. Okay. We have here what we call the salvage value. This one, salvage value. Okay. What it means is at the end of the 6 years or at the end of the period, the equipment we bought will have a value of 8,000. And that should be your cash inflow. What it means is at the end of the project, if I sell the equipment, I'm going to get $8,000. So that is an inflow that will come to me. Let's move on. I have done this exercise in a way that is not nice. I mean, it's going to take you a little longer to do it in this format. Okay. I've done it to show you that you shouldn't do it this way because it takes too much time to do it in this way. But there is a shorter way, and that's going to help you when you take tests because you have a quick way of solving things, quick way of just finding out what the problem is. Okay, so I will move on and I will show you the fastest way to do it. So when you have problem like this, just list the years, okay? Just list the years and ask yourself, how many years do I have to invest in this? Okay. What is the period of the investment? And what we have here is we have years now. Okay, these are the years we have now. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. Okay, so you ask yourself, how much money am I putting in now? Okay, the company says the company and pay attention. We are doing project A. The company is buying equipment that is worth $100,000. So it's a cash outflow. Money is going out. It's coming out of your cash account. So that will be negative. So negative 100,000 is going out. Okay, that's cash outflow. Now, cash inflow says annual cash inflow 21,000 every year. So you put 21,000 in year 1, and because it's every year, you just reference it. Okay, so till year 6. So every year you will receive 21,000. But let's go back. Is that all? No, it's not. Salvage value of the equipment. If you sell the equipment in year 6, you will get 8,000. So in year 6, you don't only get 21,000, but you get 21,000 plus 8,000. So in year 6, you get 29,000. Now, how do you know this should be accepted or not? Now, find the net present value. Every money I'm going to get, okay, how much is it worth today? That's what we're going to try and find with net present value. So I'll just do it in PV. Okay, now this is how you find net present value. Press equal to, okay, and type in NPV, and Excel knows what you mean. And then open the parentheses. Now, Excel is asking us what is the rate. We have the rate here. It says we will release, and then discount rate of 14%. So the rate is 14%, and then you press comma. Now, you select all cash inflow, okay? And then you close the parentheses plus the cash outflow. And that gives you your net present value. So is that what we got? Yes. After doing all this long table, we just spend few minutes to find the net present value without going through the table. That is what it is. That is your net present value today. Is it even worth $1? No, it's not. And you could ask yourself, okay, then what is the limit I should have went? Okay, what should I have accepted? There's a limit. That's where you find with your internal rate of return. Internal rate of return will tell you the limit you should go. Okay, you shouldn't charge above a certain limit or a certain rate. Okay, so let's find out. This is internal rate of return. We haven't been asked in this problem to find, but you need to find, you know what to do that one too. So you press IRR and Excel know what you mean. Okay, and then you select everything here and you close parentheses. That is 8.67%. So you shouldn't accept anything that is 8.67%. Anything that is above 8.67% shouldn't be accepted because it's not, the money compared to today's value is not even worth $1. Let's see, why is 8.67 should be the limit? Okay, now let's press it and find it with NPV. NPV, open parentheses. What is the rate? This is the rate. And then comma, select all cash inflow, close parentheses, plus cash outflow. This should give us 0. Great. That means everything you're going to receive is worth today 0. You haven't run at any loss. This is negative. You might be running at loss. Okay, that means your money, the money compared to today is worth nothing. But here is 0. No one wins. Okay? You haven't lost anything, you haven't won anything. It's worth 0. So that's why you use IRR, internal rate of return, to find the minimum you should go. So this one, you shouldn't go above, you shouldn't accept any rate above 8.67. Let's even see, let's try and change it to 9. You realize that it will be worth negative 1,000. But with 8.67 is worth, if you accept anything below, let's assume it will be worth $5,000. Okay, good. So that's how you find. So that is your net present value. Okay, net present value. Now you ask yourself, okay, how will I know? Okay, if I receive 21,000 in 4 years, what is it worth today? What is 21,000 in 4 years worth today? In case you have to find it individually. This is how you do it. This is how a little bit of mathematical formulas come in here. So you press equal to, you press 1 divided by, you open parentheses, 1 plus, what is the rate? The rate is 14%, 0.14. You close parentheses, you raise the power, in which year is in 4 years, 4, multiplied by the cash inflow. Okay, so if you receive 21,000 in 4 years, it's worth 12,000 today, and that's what we have here, 12,433. Okay, and then I can just pull it over here, but I have to change the year. So it's in 5 years, there it is. This one is in 6 years, there it is. That's how much it's worth. Now let's go back and do year 1 then. What is it worth in year 1? Press 1 divided by, open parentheses, 1 plus, what's the rate is 14%. You close parenthesis, raise the power by 1 because it's in year 1, multiply by the cash inflow. So it's worth 18,420. That's what we have here. And then I can just drag it to year 3. Okay. And then I'll have to change the year, the power. So this is in year 2. Okay. That's how much it's going to be worth. Okay. This is in year 3. That's how much it's going to be worth. Now, let's add all of them together and see. We add all these together. It's worth 85,000. But remember, we invested 100,000, so we have to take that one out. So this one plus the 100,000 we invested is worth 14,693.29. That's exactly what we have here. So you can compute it year by year and add them together, or you can just use the net present value and you find how much it's worth. I hope it makes sense. Great, let's move on. So that is project A. Okay, so we know project A, we have a loss. Okay, let's compare project B. Let's move on. So we have the same scenario here, but with project B, it's a little bit different. Okay, it's a little bit different. Now, project B, what we have is, I will pull this one over here so we don't have to scroll up and down so much. Okay, so here what we have in project B is we are not buying any equipment, but we are investing in working capital. And I've told you, working capital is like salvage value. At the end of the year, you get working capital back. At the end of the year, you get salvage value back. So keep in mind, working capital is similar to salvage value. Now, you ask yourself again, is what we will do. We have, this is now what we're investing in now. Okay, so that's the years. Now, how much are we investing? We are investing 100,000 for working capital. That's 100,000 for working capital. Good. What is the cash inflow? Okay, every year we will receive 16,000 as cash inflow. So I'll put here 16,000 as cash inflow, and I'll reference it since it's the same thing. You reference it and then you drag it all the way to year 6. Now you're not done. This is working capital investment. So at the end of the year 6, as at the end of the period, you will get your 100,000 back to you. So that will be cash inflow coming back to you. Just like we did with salvage value, we will do that also with working capital. So let's do this plus the 100,000 we will get back. Okay, so at the end of the year 6, we will have 116,000 instead of 16,000. Now, let's find what the net present value is. Should it be accepted or not? Okay, so net present value, and I've showed you how to do that. Okay, you press equal to, you type in NPV, you open parentheses. What is the rate? The rate is 14%. You type in 14%, then comma. Okay, and then you select all cash inflow. Okay, you close parentheses, right? You close parentheses plus the cash outflow. You press equal to. Are we going to get the same number? Yes, we have. This one is in percentage, but in dollars. Yes, we have 7,777.34. That's exactly what we have here. So instead of going through all this table, just do it this way, and your life will be so much easier. Right? Makes sense. Great. So yes, so that is your net present value. So compare net present value project A to project B. Which one would you think the company should accept? And that is obvious. The money, everything we'll get from the investment in project A is worth -14. That means it's not even worth $1. But in project B, it's worth 7,777.34. It's positive. So the company should invest in project B. Makes sense? Great. If you want to have a little bit of fun too, this is what we can do. We can find it by using what is it going to be worth 16,000 I receive a year from now. So we have our formula 1 divided by 1 plus, what is the rate? 0.14. Close the parenthesis. Raise the power is in year 1 multiplied by the cash what? Inflow. It's going to be what? 14.5. Okay, you can drag it all the way and you just change the power. Okay, this is in year 2, so power. This is open for me, sweetie. This is in year 3, so raise the power 3. This is in year 4, so raise the power 4. I'm just changing the power. This is in year 5, so raise the power 5. This is in year 6, so raise the power 6. That's exactly what we have here from all this long table. And then you add them together. You add everything here together. That gives you this number. But remember, you invested with 100,000. You invested with 100,000. So this one plus your investment, and that gives you the same number that we have here. Oh, this is so amazing. It's interesting, actually. So yes, so then you will know the rate. Okay. So now with this, it's obvious that the company should invest in project B because it's worth today 7,777.34. This is negative. It's not even worth $1. It's not worth it. Okay. Now let's move on to our last exercise for today. We have exercise 13.1 here. Okay. Oops, I have done it. Let me click everything here so you don't see it. Pretend you didn't see that. But yes, we have here the company. We want to know which profitability index is preferable. Okay. And profitability index is net present value divided by investment required. Net present value divided by investment required. So we have here, what do you do with required? Number 1 is a compute profitability index. So what do we have? What is the net present value? You just type in there 44322 Yes, that's your net present value. What is investment required with A? We need to 160,000. Okay, now is net present value divided by investment required. This divided by that will give us 0.28. Okay, great. We have that one. Okay, what I would do, I would just drag it all the way here and then just put in the numbers, and that will tell me what my profitability index is. So with B, what is my net present value? Is 42,000. Okay, what is my investments required? 135,000. So the profitability index is 0.35. C, what is my net present value? 35,035. Okay, and then what is my investment required? 100,000. Okay, so my net profitability index 0.35. Again, let's go to D. What is my net present value? It's 38136. What is investment required? Is 175,000. So profitability is 0.22. Okay, and now it says B. What do we do here with? Okay, yes. So we have number 1 solved. Okay, number 2. And this is what we need to do. Okay, number 2. We want to find net present value. Okay, so what is net present value? Also, in order of preference, rank the 4 projects in terms of net present value, profitability index. Okay, so I'm going to rank them in terms of net present value. Okay, and based on what we talked about, the higher the number or the higher the dollar, more profitable it is. Okay, or more preferable it is. So with net present value, which one has the highest net present value? And we know, let's look through. It seems 44 is the highest, so we'll type in A. So A is the highest. Well, which one is next? Seems B is the second highest. So B, we are ranking them. Which one is next? Net present value 44, 42, 38. D is next. Okay, and then C, obviously, will be the least. Okay, now profitability index. Profitability index, which one is the highest? We have C, 35, because C has 35, that's the highest. The second highest is B. Third, third highest, we will have A, because 2.28. And then D, obviously, will be the last one. It's bad, B, bad, bad boy. And then we have internal rate of return. Internal rate of return, which one is higher? We have the internal rate of return here. Fortunately, we have been given all these numbers, so there's no need to even think. We just look at them and we rate them. It's like being a teacher and marking student grades. You don't think, you just give them the answers. Okay, so let's see. Which one is the highest? We have 22%, that is D. So D is the highest. Which one is the second highest? We have C. The second highest, 20. Which one the third highest is 18, that is A. And then the last one, of course, is B, so cab. That sounds like Uber or taxi driving. So yes, that's the end of our discussion today. Next time when I post again or when we meet again, I'm going to talk about exercise 13.3, problem 13. 2.3, problem 13.17, and I'm going to give you some exercise that I've created on my own and see how you do with that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye.